Hi everybody, this is foXnoMad, and today I want to help you travel smarter by bringing you to Adil's in Birmingham, England, which serves Pakistani and Kashmiri food. Specifically, Adil serves Balti food, which comes from the northern parts of Pakistan called Baltistan, which borders China. The Balti is actually the name of that wok, which you can see the similarities given the region as far as the shape of the wok, but also some of the flavors are very similar. This is a very spicy dish, traditionally with goat or lamb with mixed vegetables, or at Adil's you can also get some vegetarian options as well. And I wanted to bring you here because Adil's is the place that brought Balti supposedly to Birmingham and maybe into the entire UK in the 70s. There are a couple of places that claim to have been the first to have brought Balti cuisine here, but Adil's is definitely on that list. It's definitely the front runner, so it might be the first place to get it. So I figured what better place to bring you than Adil's in Birmingham to try this Balti Kashmiri food, so let's go. The food is flash fried, so it's fried very quickly in vegetable oil traditionally and not ghee, which you find more commonly in India. Now you'll notice a lot of the food in this northern Pakistan region really belongs to the people that live here, so it doesn't just stay behind borders. A lot of people will claim to be the originator of Balti food. And the same goes for the introduction of Balti food to the UK. It's pretty much agreed upon that Balti food came to the UK through Birmingham, and Adil's may be the first place that served it at all. So the population here is about 26% Asian and about 13.5% Pakistani. So I got some local advice to bring you here to have Balti, which is a type of food that was first brought to Birmingham in the 1970s, and Adil's claims to be the first place to have this type of food, which comes from Baltistan in Pakistan, and Balti is the type of food which is made in the wok. So it's this type of wok, and Balti is the name of that wok where they kind of stir fry and deep fry things very quickly, so they cook the food very quickly, and we're here to try some of that. So I'm going to show you some of that traditional food, and I've ordered a couple things, so here we go. So this is the Balti sabzi, which has a bunch of vegetables in a sort of tomato-based spicy sauce with vegetable oil, not ghee, but vegetable oil, so it's a little bit lighter. The sauce is a mildly heavy sauce, but it's not too thick, and it's made mostly of garlic and onions with a tomato base, a lot of turmeric, and a lot of other masala spices that you're probably familiar with if you've ever eaten Pakistani or Indian food. And it's quite spicy. It kind of builds up as you keep eating it. There's cheese, corn, it looks like, some onions as well. It's really quite spicy. You can get it with naan bread or you can get it with some rice. So I have some biryani with mushrooms. So you can put that in to mix it, and then that will kind of cut the spice out, or you can eat into the Balti and then switch into rice or to have some bread if you're getting a little bit too spicy, to sort of clean your palate and then go back into the spice. Kind of nice build up of spices, and the interesting thing here is they don't serve alcohol, but you can bring your own alcohol, so people bring bottles of wine or bottles of beer here. So if you want some alcohol with your food, you can actually just bring it from a shop, bring it with you, and then put it on the table and start drinking, and then have that with your food. So the term Balti comes from really the name of this sort of wok bowl. And Baltistan in Pakistan is actually bordering in China, so it's thought there's some influences maybe from China, because obviously this kind of looks like a wok. You can sort of call this a wok. And so a lot of the spices are reminiscent of Szechuan, it's said, and you can really see that because it's sort of a sweet spice. It's spicy, but it also has like a sweet kind of tomatoey flavor as well. And then you got this gigantic tomato to have it also. And for some reason the tomato has picked up a lot of the spice, so I'm actually starting to feel it now. and it's not a ton of food, so it's a good amount of food. You can get appetizer before, so I had vegetable pakora before, which is a fried vegetable ball, and then you've got a variety of different spices you can have with your papadam, which is like a cracked sort of nacho. It's not a nacho, but it's sort of a cracker that you can have and dip in the sauces. That will also help sort of get your palate ready for the spices that are gonna come in the beginning, and it's a really nice sort of spice that kicks in, and once you're done with your meal, it's not overwhelming, it's not over heavy with a lot of fats and oils. It actually feels filling, but it's not just overwhelming amount of food. And in Birmingham, where Balti was first brought to the UK, they all sort of were in this one part of the city, and that's kind of known as the Balti Triangle because there are just so many Balti restaurants in this one part of Birmingham. Pretty small, so it's about 50 people could fit into here, and it's about 2 miles away from the central train station. The prices are about £10 for a meal, so one of this Balti meal, some rice is going to cost about 10 British pounds. I'm going to leave the address here as well as how to get here in the description below, and while you're down there you can hit the like and subscribe buttons. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will see you in the next video. Which is the first restaurant supposedly that has brought Balti cuisine and mother by bringing you to Adil's in Birmingham in the UK, which serves Pakistani or North. Today I want to help you travel smart. Comes from Baltistan region of Pakistan.